Today I would like to talk about the considerations that go into a pedestrian motor vehicle accident. Obviously, sometimes those cases result in very severe injuries. Fortunately, in other cases, the injuries are not as severe. But what are the general themes and considerations we have in handling such cases? Well, one consideration is that of the insurance company. And the insurance company will rely on a statute that obligates a person to cross in a crosswalk if one is available within 300 feet. Now, if the client has not been in the crosswalk, that is not dispositive. Obviously, the case can proceed, and there may be very good reasons why the person didn't cross in the crosswalk. That all will go to the issue of reasonable care by my client. As in any personal injury case, there is always the opportunity to resort to expert witnesses. But before I discuss using expert witnesses in pedestrian motor vehicle accidents, I would like to say there's nothing more significant than the testimony or the statements taken from percipient witnesses. And percipient means exactly what it sounds like. There is nothing better than someone who perceives the accident, who is a reliable witness, somebody who actually sees it. And that trumps expert testimony, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of most legal observers. Well, what kinds of things do we look for besides the crosswalk issue? Sight lines are very important, and that can be enhanced, that argument, by the use of experts. I can recall years ago hiring an aerial photographer because I wanted to show the path of the vehicle that struck my client. Now, of course, we have Google Maps and other online devices that save quite a bit of money, and hiring an aerial photographer is no longer necessary, and yet we can still get the same visual. Certainly someone's clothing and the time of day and the visibility of a driver all go into the calculation, into the arguments made pro and con. And you could even hire a lighting expert if lighting becomes an issue. But again, I would emphasize that percipient witnesses are the way to go, if any exist. The next issue that comes up is the interplay among insurance companies. A pedestrian gets medical bills and lost wages up to $8,000 in PIP coverage, personal injury protection benefits, from the car that struck him or her. But medical payments under Part 6, if it exists on the person's policy, come from the victim's own policy, the client's own policy. And in that sense, it's almost like being a passenger in someone else's car. You get your PIP money from the car you're riding in, but you would turn to your own car for medical payments coverage. And I don't want to get overly specific about insurance. We visited that issue. But it is yet another consideration. And of course, there are uninsurance and underinsurance considerations as well. Thank you very much.